Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to our lesson number 3 on integration. In lesson 1 and 2, we went through the process of integration, which we learned is the reverse process of differentiation. And just to remind ourselves of what we said, we noted that in integration, for each term, we add 1 to the power and we subtract 1 and we divide by the new power for each and every term. That is what we say. And then we get a general function from which the derived function was obtained. So in all the cases we did in our first and the second topics, we would end up with a general function. A general function in the sense that the value of the constant c was never determined. It remained undetermined. But we want to learn today that we can move from that general function to a specific function where the value of c is determined. For that to happen, we need to have additional information in the equation that can help us to substitute in the general function so that we can be able to calculate that value of c. Remember, as we were introducing this topic, we said that c can take any value. So depending on the information given in a question, we can be able to determine the value of c for each and every function that we are given so that we have a specific function. Look at this first example. We are told that the gradient function of a curve is 3x squared plus 2. If the curve passes through 1 minus 1, find its equation. If we were to end at the point the gradient function of a curve is 3x squared plus 2, that can only enable us to get a general function. But if we proceed and we find that we are given a point 1, negative 1, then that is the additional information we need to be able to help us get a specific function whose gradient function has been given. But the process is the same because we must first of all start by integrating to get back to the general function from which the gradient function came. And the process is integration. So the first term is 3x squared. We shall add 1 to 2. And then we divide by 2 plus 1. The second term is 2, meaning that x is raised to power 0. That is why the x is silent. So we add 1 to 0, so we have 0 plus 1. Then we divide by 0 plus 1 plus a constant. We simplify in the next step. And finally, the last step, we have a simplified function, but a general function because the value of c still remains undetermined. When you go to step number 2, we are now using the additional information we have been given to substitute in the general function so that we solve for c. And when you do that, you realize that from the coordinate 1, negative 1, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to negative 1. So when we substitute this in our general function, the substitution is in the first step there. The second step we are trying to simplify. Then you will get c to be equal to negative 4. It therefore means that the specific function has a value of constant c as negative 4. So the function is y is equal to x cubed plus 2x minus 4. That is the function that if you differentiate, you would get 3x squared plus 2. This is the specific function. And you realize we are able to get there because we are given additional information. Let us look at example number 2. If dA dr is equal to 4r cubed plus 3r squared plus 4, find A in terms of r, given that r is equal to 1. When r is equal to 1, A is equal to 19. Again, if the ADR is equal to 4r cubed plus 3r squared plus 4, if we were to end there, that information gives us a general function. But I was bringing out this example so that we get to know that not all our functions have to be in terms of x and y only. This is now a function in terms of A and R. And therefore, we are integrating with respect to R. We integrate A with respect to R, and you can see the power of R in the first term is 3, so we add 1. We divide by the new power, which is 3 plus 1. We do the same in the second term. In the third term, R is silent, meaning it has a power of 0, so we add 1, divide by 0 plus 1, plus a constant. The simplified expression is A is equal to R power 4 plus R power 3 plus 4R plus C. I have ignored some steps because now we understand they are simple additions. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3, so when you divide, you will end up with this simplified function. So that is a general function because you can see that our C is still not determined. Up to where we have dA dr is equal to 4r cubed plus 3r squared plus 4, we arrive at this general function A is equal to R power 4 plus R power 3 plus 4R plus C, which is a general function. In step 2, we now substitute for A and R in the general function, and the substitution is here below because we were given R to be equal to 1 and A to be equal to 19. That is the additional information we need so that we are able to get the value of C, which is a constant. You can see in the first step we have substituted for A 19 and R to be 1. In the second step we have simplified and we end up with C is equal to 13. That can now give us the specific function A is equal to R power 4 plus R power 3 plus 4R plus C. You can realize that this is just the same thing we were doing in the second lesson because the process of integration remains the same, only that we add the constant, and now some other information is given that can help us to be able to get that constant. This part is helping us to reinforce the process of integration and move further to get specific functions. With this, we can be able to do some more work. If you look at your KLB book 4, 4th edition, exercise 10.1, page 226, number 7 and 8, will give you a good example to follow on how to arrive at a specific function from a general function. Thank you, and may God bless you.